morning. I totally understand where you're coming from when you start talking about I'm working harder than I thought I would. I'm being really frustrated because I've been in business for a while and it should be much further, much faster. There should be more going on here. I completely understand where you're coming from. The problem, of course, is that, in my opinion, there's something out of whack with your brand. Either you're not talking about what's really true for you. You're not offering things and talking about things that move you towards your vision. So that can kind of feel like it's out of alignment. You could also be working with clients that are just not your ideal client. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're not yours. So knock it off, let them go, bless and release. Acknowledge that not everyone is for you. I promise. I talked to you a little bit before about how you're not for everyone. There's going to be 25% of the people who love you, 25% of the people who will never like you, those kind of random statistics. But the truth, it's the reverse is also true. Not everyone is for you. So just let them go. They're not going to make you happy. That relationship is doomed from the beginning, so just let them go. So that might be part of what your problem is with marketing as well, and with your business. But I'm here to tell you that if you are not making the money you want to make, if you are not working with clients you love, and if you are working 80 hours a week and can't see results, almost always this comes back to a disconnect in your brand. So I have a fix for you. I have a solution. I have ways for you to figure out how to make that better. So that's the really cool part. I'm really excited to talk to you today about this because this is all about your goal. This is your genius zone. This is where you really are going to find the most joy, the most money in your business. This is your gold. So tell me if this sounds like you. Just drop a comment below that says, "Where's my gold?" If you are working really, really hard, but you are working with clients that want to talk to you about discounts, want to talk to you about trade, don't really want to talk to you about how much you're charging, that kind of a thing, this is part of a branding thing. I've talked to you before about finding your gold, your zone of genius, this thing that you could do in your sleep, this thing that you would do for free if you could afford it. Let me help you today find your gold. So if you want a little bit more of a conversation about this, you can also comment below that says, "Where's my gold? Amber, help me." And we'll have a private conversation about figuring out where your zone of genius is. I worked with a client because, let me back up. Part of the problem is that because you can do so many things, you think you should do so many things. And because you have clients that ask you to do so many things, you feel obligated to do so many things. I worked with a client and friend who was trying to do all of the things. She was actually a fellow graphic designer. And one of the things that she ended up doing a lot of, even though that wasn't really fun for her, were the big format printing. So it's been 10 years ago. But so that she was doing a lot of billboards and trade show backdrops and the great big large format printing. And there was some decent money in it. So whenever we talked to her, I said, "What do you really want to do?" She's like, "I really just want to focus on the logo design. I really enjoy helping people create their corporate identity like that." I said, "Then why are you still doing the banners?" She's like, "Well, there's money in it." I said, "Okay, but how much time do you spend on a given billboard versus how much money are you going to actually make from it? Not only that, but are those 6 to 8 hours fun for you? Are they excited?" She's like, "No, and the clients are super hard to work with, and blah, blah, blah." There's nothing wrong with creating billboards, but it just wasn't her joy. It wasn't her goal. And so every time she did it, it made her tired. Instead of moving her business forward, she was cringing every time she got in front of the computer. So I want to help you, give you a couple of little ideas about how to actually find your goal and let go of everything else. So the first thing I want you to do is think about what makes you unique, what makes you incredibly awesome and special. And I'm going to use my notes for my workbook that I've put together just so that I don't lose track of what we're doing. So what makes you special? Now, as you start writing this list, I want 5 or 6 things that really make you unique. And if you can look around your room, any networking event, and find 6 people who do the same thing, that's not it. What makes you special? What's your unique sauce? What is so amazing about you that you're the only one you can think of that does this? It doesn't have to be business related. Okay, this doesn't have to be a business skill you have. It can be, I make really great lasagna. We will figure out a way to make it. I promise we will figure out a way to bring it together. It may sound random, but this is all about separating you from the crowd, right? So what makes you super fabulous and wonderful? The other thing I want you to think about is when you talk to your clients, what do they say about you? What is that one thing that they're like, oh, you're always so this, whether that's you're always so dependable, you're so fun, your turnaround is so fast. What is that word that they're using? What are those things that you're using? I want you to then make a list of everything you have to do today. Everything. And if you have to cheat and use your calendar to see what you've got blocked off, that's fine. But go through your calendar and write it down. Don't just look at it, but write it down what the steps are, what the tasks are that you have to do today. Now, see where there's a crossover. See if there's anything on your list that makes you dependable, that you have an opportunity to showcase your turnaround, that gives you an opportunity to be fun and have fun and use your sense of humor. See if there's a crossover. There's gold in that, you've seen those Venn diagrams where they overlap. There's gold in there. Now, while you have that list of what your schedule looks like, take a second to see which ones, as you wrote them down, you went, oh, you just melt a little bit. They felt heavy. Not your gold. I know that seems like so obvious, but I know you also spend way too much time doing those things that make you think, oh, that make you make that face. And it's not awesome, and that's not the way you should be doing your business. When you get really clear and you build this brand around who you really are and what you offer, that's the big one, what you actually want to offer, and then who you serve, this gets better, this gets easier. It gives you, when you get that core foundation just solid, it gives you that reference point and frankly the confidence to say, this is what I do. What I do is I help people create their rockstar brand. I do not help you send out email campaigns. I have people for that. I do not help you do X, Y, and Z. So think about those things that are on your task list that don't make you make this face. The ones that do, the ones that you think, oh, I'm gonna do that first, that's the most fun. Or even the ones that maybe it's, I'm gonna do that last because that's the most fun. I'm gonna save that for the end of the day when I really need to pick me up. Let's figure out a way to make your schedule for that. There are ways to let go of those other 15,000 tasks you have to do today. There are ways to either outsource it or hire, hire somebody else to do it, or just let them go completely. This is where you will find the most profit in your business, is where your joy is, because that's what you love to do, and it won't feel like you don't have to drag yourself into it. It's going to be exciting to put on shoes to do this one thing, because that's where your joy is. And when you approach it with that attitude, and when you are that excited to do it, you will do more of it. You will do a better job of it, and it will build on itself. That's how you can build momentum just inside your zone of genius, just inside your gold zone. How cool would that be? Doesn't that sound like way more fun than, here's my task list? You end up having this list of things you should do and things you have to do. But I would challenge you to create a list of things you get to do. And then when you think of those 5 things, let's say you go through your week and here's the 5 things where you're like, oh, I can't wait to do this. This is so exciting. Maybe that's a concert. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is just all work related. Figure out ways to do more of that. And sometimes it's clearing time. And sometimes it's just letting go of something that, even though it's making you some money, and it's hard to let go of income, I get that. But look at how much more money you're going to make doing what you love to do, working with clients you love to work with, and you get to have this awesome smile while you're doing it. Focus on that. I would love to have a conversation with you about this. If you would like some support, if you just need to bounce some ideas off of me, if you just need a little bit of push to help you let go of the nonsense, you can go to my website, which is yourbrandbydesign.com/duet, D-U-E-T. It'll take you to my calendar. You can schedule a one-on-one. It's called the Discovery Duet. Just me and you talking about your brand and working through some of those roadblocks and getting you into your joy and into your goal. You can also, if it's easier, just comment below. Just comment duet, and I'll reach out to you and we'll find a time that works for both of our schedules. And we'll get you moving forward, making more money, being more joyful in your business, and just overall having a rock star brand. I cannot wait to talk to you. Have a wonderful day and rock on.